So welcome, my friends. Take a couple of minutes, as always. I like to start here, usually in the seated position. Let's take a minute to check in with yourself. Maybe a little twistiness, maybe a little shrug of the shoulders or roll of the neck. A couple of nice deep inhales, just sighing exhale out the mouth, giving yourself permission, right, to let it go right here, right now. There are always things that we can be occupied with, that can be concerning to us, that can cause us worry, stress, anxiety, sadness, fear, anger. And hopefully, there's always things that are bringing us joy and happiness as well. So every day comes with a lot of different feelings and emotions. But it's really good to take a little bit of time, just kind of pause, hit the pause button, right? And just check in. And ask yourself, what am I feeling? It's kind of like journaling in your head. What am I feeling? How am I feeling? And not judging any of that. Right? Maybe we're angry, right? And there's that voice inside of our head that tells us, we shouldn't be angry. But sometimes we need to just be angry for a moment. And then allow yourself to feel the feels. And maybe you only need to feel it for 30 seconds. Maybe you need to feel it for 3 hours. But then we have to ask ourselves, where does this feeling, this emotion get us? Does what I'm feeling make me a better person? Does it solve any issue? So does being angry solve a problem? Does the person or thing that I'm, say, being angry at, does that affect that person, or does it only affect me? All without judgment, just observing. And then maybe asking, would I feel better if I chose to focus on joy, gratitude, happiness? And can I do that? Even just for a minute or two. Can I count my blessings? Even within the heavy stuff that may also be going on. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm saying if we practice it, our life will change. Because negative feelings create negative feelings. And positive feelings create positive feelings. So as you bring the palms of your hands together, lifting them to your heart, sit with some positive compliments, gratitude, love, kindness towards yourself. I like to use the magic number 3. Give yourself 3 compliments, 3 things you like about yourself, 3 things that went well today. You can choose. And begin to focus on that. Fill your cup up with positivity, and there won't be much room left for negativity. When you're ready, allow your chin to bow down to your chest. Gently flutter your eyes open. You can release your hands and gaze up. Welcome, everyone. So we're going to start with some work into our shoulders, and we're going to get kind of deep into our shoulder in a minute, but I want us just to kind of start with a little bit of movement and opening in the shoulders. So if you're happy sitting on your bottom, feel free, if you want to come up to your knees just for a change of position, you can. And then start with just some gentle rolling, slowly focusing on opening the chest. Nice. So we get a little bit of movement in there. And then opening the arms and hold. Gently lift the heart. So just a few shorter positions, shorter holds in these positions. Reach the hands out, palms are up, and then let the palms flex. Fingers face down. You might even feel that come through the biceps, down the arm. Gently pull the arms a little more behind you if they will, and drop your shoulders a little lower away from the ears. And then as we bring the arms in, bringing the right arm on top of the left, give yourself a hug and just pull the elbows forward. Tuck the chin to the chest, the forehead to the arms. And then inhale, open wide, lift the heart. And exhale, left arm on top. Pull the elbows forward, tuck the chin. And then inhale, reach the arms up and back, maybe slightly goal post. Not so much, not too intense. And then circle them down and release. So this is where we'll come onto our side. A pillow can come in handy. We'll come onto our left side, taking our left arm behind us and just laying down onto your left side. You can stack your knees are bent slightly and starting right here. And this might be where you stay. This may be as far as you go. This may be your perfect position tonight. And you can stay there. If you want a little more, we'll take our top right leg, reaching it back behind us. And as we reach it back behind us, we open our quad, we open our hip flexor, and we take a deeper stretch through our left shoulder on the ground. This is where that pillow comes in handy because our neck doesn't have to just hold itself in the air. It can rest into the pillow. And then if you wanted a little more, you could add your right arm. It can just hang out, or I like to let mine just fall behind me. Settle in. Remembering that we're not trying to push ourselves as far as we can go. We're just coming to where it feels pretty good. Maybe we feel some sensation happening. We're getting any tingling down our arm. We're probably taking our stretch too far. This position does a lot for the body. And twist through your internal organs, yet still opening through your torso, your abs, your chest. Maybe notice a little bit of tension through your chest, through your lungs. You breathe evenly. Relax through your right arm or through your left arm, the arm that you're rolled over. Try to relax through it as much as you can. And then if our right arm's behind us, we'll bring it in front of us. We'll stack our knees. And pause here. Take several breaths. Feel that release. Even though we were trying not to push ourselves to any limits, right? We could feel that sensation, that stretch. Now allow your body to take in a little more ease. Noticing the softness of your breath. And we'll use our right hand to gently start to make our way up. We will come into the other side in just a moment. We'll take a little counter stretch through that first, bringing your left arm across the chest. Drop the left shoulder down away from the ear. And as we're pulling it across, we're gently trying to pull it long. So reaching the left fingers across the body. And then maybe take the left ear away from the left shoulder. Lengthening through the side of the neck. Move your head slowly. So just kind of check that out. And release. We'll bring our pillow over to the other side. Swing the legs over to the left. Reach the right arm behind us. Lay gently down onto the right side of the body. There's different variations of this pose. You're always welcome to come, into any way that works best for you. And then maybe you stay right here, or maybe you reach the left leg behind you. Maybe the right arm or the left arm comes behind you as well. Maybe you like the sensation of it just kind of hanging in space, or maybe you like to tuck it behind you. You can rest onto your right ear, kind of gazing straight ahead, or you can roll slightly to the back of your head. gazing up. Notice the sensations in your body here. So one thing that helps with kind of anxiety and probably depression as well, but I can speak from experience on anxiety, is bringing our focus into the physical sensations. So feel where your feeling feels, right? Allow yourself to kind of tune into it. Maybe even talking through it in your head. I feel some stretching through my right arm. I feel just a very tiny tingle, not enough to change. Right? Or maybe your left hand that's reaching back behind you, or even if it's in front of you, tap thumb to each finger. Maybe counting. This brings us into the present moment. In this moment right here, is all that matters. Maybe you don't feel anxious here in this moment, and that is great. Right? So think of these as kind of tools that you can take with you and use them when you need to. And we'll begin to bring our left arm back in front of us. Left knee onto the right. Pausing here. You might feel that urge to just let out a sigh, a soft sigh, exhale. Because the position feels even more gentle. And maybe you feel so good, you just want to stay right here through the end of class, and that is always okay. Otherwise, we'll gently press up. Bringing our right arm across. Drop our shoulder down. And maybe gently pull our right ear away. And we'll release. Coming into a forward fold. Take your legs, lengthen them out long. If you'd like to add a pillow or pillows in your lap, or maybe sit on one. And maybe you hinge forward just a little bit to start. Maybe you hinge a lot. Let yourself be where it feels releasing to your body. If you stretch too far, sometimes it doesn't feel releasing, it feels too intense. Let your chin tuck, your forehead bow if you like. Some other places this can feel good as well is to just have a chair or maybe a table, like a coffee table height in front of you. You can place a pillow on that coffee table and just allow yourself to kind of fold into it. You can choose how much you want to stretch versus how much you want to release and restore. And just let go, relax. Where does your mind go? What happens when you take a minute to just be? We don't do that a lot. I am so guilty. I have 5 minutes before I need to do something. And so I'm like, oh, it's not enough time to really do anything. So here, let me grab my phone. Maybe we try to start just sitting, just being, just doing nothing when we find a 5-minute break. Maybe we start with 1 or 2 minutes. Maybe that's a challenge for myself as well as for you. On our inhale, just slowly make your way up. We're going to come into kind of a bridged position on our back. So if you have a pillow, the pillow can work really great, or just a mild bridge. Maybe we bring it underneath kind of our glute area, our low back area. We'll let our chest fall lower. Now maybe you have a yoga block and you want to lift your bridge a little higher by bringing a yoga block under you, or maybe some books. And if you don't have anything, you have some options. You could hold an easy bridge. That may be more work than you want. So you could also just lay on your back. And then maybe let your arms come out to the sides or into goal pose. If you want this deeper stretch through your shoulders, you can bring the pillow or the block right in between your shoulder blades. Where we are here, just lifting the hips, and then maybe we take the legs and we straighten them. Feel that stretch a little more around the hip bones, through the hip flexors. Gentle abdominal stretch, gentle chest stretch. Maybe it's a little more intense if you're using a block. If you're using 3 or 4 pillows. Then we'll bring the bottoms of the feet together. Letting the knees open to the side into reclining butterfly. Now, if having that pillow or the block underneath your low back, your glutes, makes this a little more intense than you want, remove it. Remove the block, pillow, or go back to legs straight or legs bent if you enjoyed being in that position. With our hips slightly raised and our legs in butterfly, really get some nice hip opening. If you're tight for your hips, it may be more than you want, so make any adjustments that you need. Tune into your proprioception. That's our sense of feeling of our body. Can you feel the pads of your fingers without touching them to anything? Can you feel your elbows? Feel where they are in relation to your knees. Just allow your mind to wander from place to place in your body. Feel your toes. Your chin. Your navel. And to straighten the legs out of butterfly. Maybe slide them away from each other just a bit. And your arms come down to your sides. If you'd like to move, block the pillows, you can. If it feels good to you, stay where you are. Bring your awareness to your nose, to your nostrils. Feel the air come in and out. Relax the eyes. Release through the torso. Maybe begin to see beyond the proprioception to within. in the physical body. And notice your inner being, your true self without, a physical appearance. I invite you, of course, to stay here as long as you like. When you are ready to move, especially if you were still up, right into that bridge type position, take your time, rolling off to the side before you begin too much movement. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.